Alright, today we're going to look at how to work with this 3D printing pen. So it's kind of like, the best way I can describe using it is if you've ever used a hot glue gun, this is kind of the same thing. So imagine a hot glue gun and you'll do well. You can burn yourself with this, you can burn others, so please be careful. When you first plug it in, you'll push this button to heat it up. This first light right here will be red. Once it turns green, you're good to go. So it comes with these coils of filament. Do not cut this. Do not cut this. Cannot be cut. Leave it in the coil. At the top, you'll see the area where you insert the filament. You just stick it in there. We're going to ignore the foam for now. And you're going to click the first bottom arrow. As you do that, it will insert the filament and it'll start feeding it through. You may have to give it a little push to encourage it. It does take a couple of seconds for it to load up. See, it's still feeding through. Then we can kind of pick it up out of its holder. And you can see there is no stop, it just goes. Now included is this mat. Keep in mind this is hot, so be careful. And I'm going to trace along. And if you can tell, this thing's kind of wax coated. Now, there are varying speeds. Right now you see one light. That means it's going at its slowest. This is what I always suggest starting with. On the back, I'm going to make a bit of a mess here. You'll see two more arrows. If I push the up arrow on the back, you'll see it goes to 2 lights. It means it goes a little faster. 3 lights is the fastest. I suggest being at the first one. Now, like I said, there's no way to stop it. The biggest thing you need to understand is that it's not going to just print in the air and stay. You kind of have to manipulate a base, then go. And see, I pushed down to make it stop. Now I'm going to push that same button again. And it will, see, it didn't do very well. Getting it to stand can be very hard. Matter of fact, if you hold it there and let it cool for a second, remember this is like a hot glue gun, sometimes you can get it to stand. If you can't, it's usually what I've discovered best, like in the event of this bicycle, trace it all out, get it to where you want. Then after it's cool, you can see it peels right off. All right. Then I would connect 2 pieces with even more, and that's what makes it stand. It's not going to just stand on its own as you pull it out. You're going to have to build, and that's the reason you see on this bicycle. There's also stuff on the back. I'm going to eventually laminate new things like this that you can print and build with. But for now, that is literally, once it's heated up, you draw the filament, click the down button on the front. The front's the one with the lights, to get it to start drawing. The buttons on the back, change the speed. I wouldn't mess with that too much. It's very hard the faster you go. Down button again to make it stop. Now, if I want to change colors, I do the eject filament, which is this one. You push it, and it does take a second for it to come out, so give it a moment. And I do want you to eject the filament when you're done with the makerspace for that day. And then I just take it out, and it's done. Put it back in its stand. All right, and now it's red. That's telling you it's completely empty and needs filament. All right, that's all there is. Please keep the point, which again is hot, like we talked out. I just burned myself. Way to go, Miss B. That we talked about, like a hot glue gun. You can see if I put the tip to it, it already starts melting, so it sticks to it. Do not put this on anybody. If I see you purposely trying to hurt someone, you will be in some serious trouble. All right, there we go. Have fun.